After anchoring, we checked out our surroundings and noticed that our neighbors had stern anchors out. So after lunch, we will put out our stern anchor too to prevent us from swinging into them. And it will put our bow facing the swell to keep us from rolling.
So anyway, here Susan prepared a simple but a very good lunch. She has baked 2 rolls, fresh French type of bread.
Actually, it's half whole wheat and half unbleached flour.
So it's healthier. Here some nice tomatoes, bell pepper, cucumber, cheese, bread, wholesome water, which we made ourselves from our water maker. So now we can enjoy our lunch and afterwards go out and put a stern anchor out. All right.
Cheers!
After I deploy the stern anchor, Susan's going to go check it how she's set.
Only after making sure we're properly anchored do we feel comfortable leaving the boat. This pretty little cove, which can accommodate about 5 or 6 boats, is right next to Goat Harbor on the lee side of the island, facing the mainland. It's well protected from the prevailing northwesterlies and even from southerly gales. The only thing you have to watch for are the Santa Ana winds, and then you have to clear out in a hurry. All week long you have the beach to yourself. But during the summer weekends, the campers arrive by boat and it gets pretty crowded. If you want, you can go for a good long hike to the Catalina airport, and if you're lucky, you might even see some buffalo, a Catalina Island fox, or a bald eagle soaring overhead. I love swimming in Catalina. The water is pretty clear and reasonably warm in the summertime. Although there's not too much to see compared to the South Pacific, I still managed to come face to face with this little lone Garibaldi.
Niebie świecie, sama sam. Deska je tali, i ta zase tam. Łosimy za potem jako powstacze, żadnej konej nie płacze. Łosimy za potem jako powstacze, żadnej konej nie płacze.
Hey everybody, so if you wonder how Jules gets his Hollywood good looks and beautiful hairstyle, he goes to a place called Chez Suzanne, and that's right here on Emerald Steel. I'm doing a haircut. I've been doing it ever since we've been married pretty much. And I'm going to show you how we do that today. Jules, what do you have to say?
Proceed.
Okay, first I always put a nice sheet down to cut all the hair, and I get yourself a good pair of scissors. That's the most important thing. So, I'm going to start cutting his hair. He's got a mop, so his hair is easy to cut because he's got beautiful hair. And I always tell him, if the haircut doesn't turn out that great, just be happy that you have hair at your age. That's supposed to laugh there, Jules. Hee hee.
You see what I have to put up with to look good for her?
If he had his way, he wouldn't get haircuts very often, that's for sure. Basically, I cut all the hair the same length. It's pretty easy to do.
And remember, less hair you got, easy is to cut it.
Okay, so now I'm just kind of trimming it up, making sure that it's all the same length. I'm going to do a little bit on the sides here, trim around his ears, put my glasses on so I don't cut off his ear.
You want to make sure the boat doesn't rock, so you can not gonna hurt a person with the sharp scissors.
Yeah. It takes me about 15 minutes to give him a haircut, and
To beautify me.
I'll show you when I'm totally finished. Another minute or two. In the end, Jules gets a quick shop vac to get rid of all the loose hair.
So as you see, my haircut is done. I'm satisfied, looks very nice. So here I give my beautician a kiss. That's the payment for it.
That's not enough.
Now it's the time for me to beautify Susan.
And all I can say is that a lot of women wouldn't let their husband take the knife, scissors to their hair. Sometimes women do if they have long hair, you just lop off the bottom, but usually if you have a shorter haircut, it's a little more complex, and not too many women will let their husband do it. But Jules has been doing it for a while, and he does a good job, so.
Actually, there was one time when we were in a restaurant, and a lady came by and said to Susan, "Then I love your haircut. I would like to use your beautician." So, and she said, "That's my husband."
This electrician in construction, dude.
I don't think he would want to do a haircut for anyone else because he only cut mine.
I think she liked Jules actually more than the haircut. But.
All right, so. As you can tell, it doesn't go for me as easy as for Susan. I'm looking a little bit more awkward, but final product usually is satisfactory.
He's kind of rough too. He wouldn't do good on other people. I put up with it, but he's rough. Pushes my head around like a.
Anyway, I'm doing pretty much the same. Try to cut all the hairs pretty much the same length, except it's much more tricky on the back, where you cannot just chop it off. You have to actually.
It's got to be kind of layered.
Layered, so.
Yeah, it's a little more complex.
But the most important part, like Susan said, it's a good scissors, but also have a confidence that you're going to do a decent job. Because if you're scared, it's pretty much for anything. You can't do it if you're scared.
Right. You just got to get your scissors and try. And remember, your hair grows back, so it's not that big of a deal. At least not as far as we're concerned.
And if I ruin her haircut, at least nobody's going to else want her, so she's going to have to stay with me.
Maybe that's why he doesn't.
So this is not exactly a bad idea either.
Actually, my mother used to be a beautician, and she had her own salon, and she kind of gave us some pointers at the very beginning to cut people's hair. Right? I look at it this way. If I can put my life in Jules' hands in the middle of the ocean, I can surely put my hair in his hands. worst comes to worst, I could always walk around wearing my welding helmet for a while.
That's the idea. That's the idea. Actually, some women will look better with a helmet on. So, it's not like that.
And remember, if you guys like the haircuts, don't be lining up outside Emerald Steel wanting us to do one, because we only do haircuts for each other. Right, Jules?
Yep.
I've had people come and ask me to cut their hair. It's kind of funny.
So now she has to go and comb her hair to see how she looks. So here we are with our haircuts, the final cut.
Maybe a little trimming around the ears still, but it's pretty good.
So maybe other people don't like, but as long as we like each other's, that's all we really care for.
Okay guys, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please don't forget to leave a comment and a thumb up. And as always, we'd like to thank all of our supporters on Patreon and PayPal. We really appreciate it, guys, and we will see you all next time. Bye-bye.